Hey, what's up, guys? This is the intro to the Mental Breakdowns podcast, episode 6 on medicine assisted treatment with my guest star slash housemate, Jackie, aka Jacque. That's what I call her. From that one TV show back way when with the black actress. I don't know. I love her. But anyway, Jackie's awesome. She's a spitfire. She's a riot. She's got great energy. I think you guys will love this one. Um, Forgive me throughout the episode. I'm saying medically assisted treatment. It's actually medicine assisted treatment. Bear with me. Um, I'm literally in my room right now while my other two roommates are sleeping. So we're doing what we can. We're doing what we can. What are you gonna do? Anyway, enjoy the episode 6 on medicine assisted treatment with the Mental Breakdowns podcast featuring Jacque. All right.
That was good.
Welcome to the Mental Breakdowns podcast. My name is Zoe, the host, and I'm here with our second guest star interviewee, Miss Jackie. So yeah.
Hey, Zoe.
Hey, Jackie. Thank you so much for coming.
Thank you for having me here.
I was trying to have Jackie a couple weeks ago. Life came up, and it's okay because we're here now.
Yes, as it does, right? I feel honored to be here talking to you.
Yes.
My pleasure.
All right. So before we get into our topic, we're just gonna do a couple current news events, and I'm really trying to keep it positive, but as you guys know, it's just not that time right now. Something sort of positive. Rents in San Francisco have fallen by as much as 31%.
What?
Yeah, according to CNN Business.
Interesting.
Yes, rents continue to drop in some of America's most expensive cities. With more people working from home, many renters are seeking to live in more affordable areas that can offer them extra space. Yeah, San Francisco is not necessarily the place for extra space.
No, right? Yeah, so there's so many people, and I'm wondering if, so because of the COVID and a lot of people are probably having to move out.
Right.
And then they can't rent these spaces, so
Yeah.
they're having to go a little bit lower.
Right.
I don't
Just
know.
to find somebody to cover that spot.
Yeah.
Right. Because they don't have
Maybe.
the person willing to pay $5,000 a month anymore.
Sorry.
No, it's totally fine.
Okay, yeah, so fuck.
Yeah. I don't know. Oh, for example, rents are on the rise in nearby communities. Let me see. For example, while Manhattan rents are down, median rent for one bedroom in the Bronx is up 9%. So yeah,
Interesting.
going from the city to the little suburbs outside. So maybe, I don't know, maybe Oakland's going up soon.
Right, that would be like the same kind of outskirts city. Right?
Same thing. Rents
Yeah.
in Seattle are down, but bedrooms in nearby Tacoma are up 8%.
It's because they're pushing out to a lower income, and so their rate. Oh God.
Yeah. I don't know. I guess that's cool. I'm not.
Yeah.
I don't know. I was really trying to wait for I was saying this for years. I wanted to wait for the next big earthquake,
Right.
just to scare all the people that aren't Bay Area natives, scare them back to wherever they came from,
Right.
and then I can swoop up in on their condo.
Word.
But it's
Right,
been taking
it's all-
forever.
Everybody moving to California. Well, so many people are moving out of California.
Yeah,
Now,
taxes.
Yeah. What are they calling them? Transplants.
Yeah.
Or the people that come here, the transplants.
Right. I don't know. You got to pay for Cali.
Yeah, you do.
Oh.
Hey, man, there's nowhere like it to be able to go from the city
Right.
to the mountains, to the ocean,
To the forest, to the desert.
all that.
Yeah, Cali forever.
Cali native.
All right, one more. IKEA to buy back used furniture worldwide in recycling push for Black Friday.
Huh.
Yeah.
What?
So, Good News Network org writes, one might expect local entrepreneurs to be the ones who might open a second-hand furniture store, not the world's largest furniture chain. I didn't know they were the
Right?
world's largest
They
furniture.
are?
Yeah. Go Sweden.
Huh.
Go Sweden.
God.
Yeah. So Swedish giant IKEA will buy back your old IKEA furniture provided it's in good condition by offering vouchers up to 50% of the original value.
What?
Okay.
Alright.
I don't got no IKEA money anyway.
Yeah.
I don't know. Have you ever shopped at IKEA?
I've been in there and it's like crazy. They have a cafeteria.
Yeah.
I had to go eat at the cafeteria, but it's like, it's fun to go in there.
Right.
Yeah, they have everything all set up and it's just huge.
My first time was last year.
Yeah, I've gone in there once.
And I didn't have money for it at that time.
Yeah, I was shopping with my daughter and she was furnishing her house and this was, oh gosh, maybe like 6 years ago or something.
Yeah.
Dang, I guess it was about 6 years ago. And yeah, I don't know, their stuff, not to talk shit about IKEA, but I don't know, I think their stuff is not made all that well. I don't know, I could be mistaken.
I mean, I probably...
But it's cute.
Yeah, super cute.
Yeah, I don't know, maybe I don't have any IKEA furniture to turn in.
Right.
However, for those who do, that's like really good incentive.
Yeah, and hella green friendly.
Yeah,
I don't
like
know
that's...
Yeah.
I like that, because like the secondhand stores, I'm all about that.
Right, Walmart should do that.
Yeah. So that's really cool that they're doing that.
I won't be shopping for no IKEA until I actually have a place again, though. So.
Yeah, same.
Anyway.
Yeah, I would definitely go in there and check it out again.
That was our good news segment for
Okay,
the news stories.
Oh.
Just to keep things moving along, because I want to be respectful of your time. I've always wanted to say that. I hear that on other podcasts. Interviewers are like, I want to be respectful of your time. I want to be respectful of...
Thank you.
Yeah.
And I'll be respectful of your time.
Thank you, miss. So our topic...
My pleasure.
Our topic today is... Oh, no, let's not go British.
Oh, right. Okay. Yeah. Agreed. All right.
Our topic today is M.A.T, also known as medication or medically assisted treatment.
Yeah.
Sound it out.
Right.
Yeah. But before we get into that, I wanted to kind of get into Jacque and what brought you here to where you are now, without going too deep, of course.
Yeah.
So after this quick break, we'll get right up into that. All right. Hello, loves. It's me again, British Zoe. If you're wondering why I'm talking so low, my roommates are both in the room sleeping. But anywho, if you had any questions that you'd like answered on the show by me or my guests, using our own experiences, just go ahead and leave a comment on whichever platform you may be listening to. YouTube comment section, comment section on Spotify. I don't even know if they have a comment section, or just send a text. Alright, let's get back to the show. Cheers. Alright, and we're back with the Mental Breakdowns podcast with your host Zoe, me, and our guest star Jacque.
Hi.
So we got 4 questions that we're trying on right now, because you're only the second person we've interviewed.
Sweet.
So first one is, what did you want to be when you grew up?
Oh.
Or grew up? Like, who or what did you want to be when you grew up?
So I wanted to be a teacher.
Really?
A teacher of things, and
yeah.
I was thinking like it would be 7th grade science or something like that, or art,
Yeah.
And as life happens, it didn't turn out that I became a teacher. However,
yeah,
I feel like when it's all said and done, I will be a teacher because I'm going to be using my life experience,
right,
to reach back out, and I'll be teaching awareness, and I hope to actually become the teacher, working with young women. I can totally see you as a teacher. I think you already teach for sure. I might be. So I'm definitely not getting paid for it right now. But that was my I wanted it to be a teacher. So nice. Yeah, life is crazy. So it's just not. Life is not linear. It's absolutely like a spiral. Like you learn something, right? And then and then something else comes back up, and you're like, I needed to learn another piece. What was that quote? Like, we make plans and God laughs, or something like that. Yeah, I don't know how that goes. Yeah. Anyway, my mom was a substitute teacher for a while, for like a little bit. And she substituted one of my classes. Oh, no. Yeah, a couple times, I believe. Did everybody know? Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. What grade? So what grade? Like, maybe like 4th or 5th. Oh, around there. What? Yeah, so it was interesting. substitute would be difficult, I think, because the kids are just like, yeah, we're going to try to take advantage of you. And
right. She doesn't do it any longer, so
yeah,
absolutely.
What a good service, though.
Right.
That's funny.
Okay, next question. Who were your parents? And this doesn't, I mean, it's just like, I don't know. It could be like one word or a little more background, but who were your parents?
Okay, so my dad was amazing. I want to say that my dad was my best friend for a very long time.
Nice.
And my mom was a stay-at-home mom, and she's absolutely a good friend. A little bit different relationship there, but they were, let's see, they were good parents. Like, you know, I could talk to my dad about anything.
Yeah.
Yeah, he passed from, addiction stuff.
Really?
You know, yeah, he had cirrhosis of the liver.
Sorry.
And it went into cancer and stuff like that. And
yeah.
so, I was able to take care of him, though, and he was my friend till the end.
Hell
I know,
yeah.
you know what I mean?
Yes.
Not to, anyway, my mom's still here, and, my mom is also in recovery, so.
That's cool.
Yeah, it's different. So we'll just leave that right there. That's another conversation.
Absolutely.
For another day.
That's a whole nother podcast.
Yeah, oh shit.
Okay. Your first exposure to mental health, either with yourself or maybe seeing like a family member or friend and being like, oh, there's a whole nother health on top of the physical health. Oh, like when was your first?
Oh, okay, so... Whoa, okay, so there's a few.
Yeah.
Okay, but the first, I'm like, okay, so the first was, my grandma, who we called Nana.
Yeah.
And, she's not here any longer either. But, like, around 50 years old, she had a very traumatic experience.
Yeah.
Happened to her that we don't need to get into, but it was traumatic enough to where she had a total mental breakdown. I'm talking about, like, running into traffic. She just had a complete breakdown.
Yeah.
And, she was straight as an arrow until then. So after she went in and she was institutionalized for a while, and she got help for, she went into therapy and everything. And she actually started smoking weed.
Okay.
At like 55, and she's
okay, Nana.
Nana. I remember coming over one day, and she's like, "Would you like to smoke one, darling?" And I'm like, "What the fuck?"
Oh.
So anyway,
I don't know if I could smoke with my grandma.
Yeah, so it runs. We have some mental issues in the family, and I hadn't even thought about that because I was going to say my ex-husband was my. But if we go back a lot further, actually, it was my Nana.
And do you remember at that time, like, I don't know, just like realizing it was something like up here in the brain?
Yes.
Rather.
Yeah, no, I did. Yeah, I absolutely. I didn't understand it, but I knew it was something else and something I've never had really seen before.
Yeah.
Now, hindsight, looking back, like her behaviors before that, you know what I mean? Like keeping weird hours and just certain things that she did and said and everything, you could kind of tell that, she carried that with her more than likely before that happened,
Jeez.
And, it never, I never loved her any less, but it was, because I was like 13.
Oh, okay.
13, so I was aware. I was just like, oh gosh, she's cuckoo. She's just like being a little asshole. I'm a teenager, I mean, like, what's wrong with Nana? But like, no, so but she didn't talk to us about it.
Never.
No one really explained it, and so want to change that, you know what I mean? So I talk to my kids and stuff about what's going on, and
absolutely,
not in detail, but they've been around me, so they're aware, and their father also has some mental health issues, or he did. He's not here with us either anymore. I educate them. I
think this whole generation, or these next generations coming up, are just so much more well versed when it comes to mental health and all those and everything around that, and just hashtag self-care and all that shit like that. So I'm like,
it's great. Right?
Yeah, I'm feeling hopeful that.
They're very that generation is so she's 25, who I'm talking about, my oldest. And I'm 22 or like that. Yeah, they're super amazing. I mean, I'm talking about like with all worldly issues and every equality and every it's gives me hope. The world.
That's it. Hope.
Keeps me hope.
Okay, so That was the Ring of Fire. That wasn't bad, right?
No, not at all.
Okay, now we're gonna hop into this topic, medically assisted treatment. All right, so the first, I tried to get some definitions, like some textbook definitions. There really isn't medically assisted treatment laying around in a Webster dictionary.
Right.
So I got a few from the web. This is the Substance Abuse and Mental Health Services Administration website.
Yes.
They're part of the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services. They say medication-assisted treatment is the use of medications in combination with counseling and behavioral therapies to provide a whole patient. To provide a quote whole patient end quote approach to the treatment of substance use disorders. Medications used in M.A.T are approved by the FDA, and M.A.T programs are clinically driven and tailored to meet each patient's needs. Research shows that a combination of medication and therapy can successfully treat these disorders, and for some people struggling with addiction, M.A.T can help sustain recovery. M.A.T is also used to prevent or reduce opioid overdose. Yeah.
That's a great overview.
Right.
Of M.A.T.
I think
a lot of people don't know about it either. You know what I mean? If
right.
You're not being treated or have a family member.
Yeah.
And the odds of that, I guess, are kind of greater than I realized as I just said that out of my mouth. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
We all know someone, but
I think a lot of too is a lot of people aren't aware that. Yeah, like I guess what you were saying, they aren't aware that there's actually multiple types of services that are available to help us. I know definitely before I even went into the rooms, I wasn't thinking that there was some medication to help me with withdrawal or cravings or anything. I knew nothing like that. So yeah, let's start off with your experience with the topic.
Okay, so let's see. If we go back, let's go back about 8 years. Okay, so
all right, we're here.
A whole different me at this time.
Yes.
I was under the prescription of methadone.
Yep.
So I took prescribed methadone.
Mm-hmm.
And I took that for about 3 years.
Yeah.
And I ended up abusing it. Okay? Because I'm an addict and I fucking used to eat those little bastards, you know?
The methadone's for...
And the methadone is also, or it can be treated, so it's also used for chronic pain.
Yeah.
I was prescribed it for chronic pain.
Oh, okay.
And I ended up getting addicted to it.
Yeah.
And then I started using heroin.
Gotcha.
Okay, so I've been clean off the methadone and heroin for almost 7 years now. Yeah,
Snaps.
Like, it's back there.
Mm-hmm.
And, however, I didn't get any help. Like, I didn't go into a program. And, like,
the
I just
therapies.
didn't know. Yeah, none of that. I didn't get therapy. And when I was given the medication, you know, I didn't self-advocate or even know to look into it to find out how addicting it was. I was very naive.
Right.
Very naive about it. And, to make a long story short, I ended up, abusing it. And then when it wasn't around...
that's when the heroin came in.
Yeah, that's when the heroin came into play. So, so I never got help, like counseling and all that, right?
Yeah.
With any of that. So fast forward, I went from one substance to another, opiates being like the main character in my story.
Right.
Of what, you know, in my addiction. So, in June, and so I had known other people that took Suboxone and methadone, and I knew I could see that it worked for them.
Yeah.
And in my mind, and you know, just because I had this OG kind of outlook on it, it was you're not clean. You're not clean. And there's that stigmatism.
Oh, we're gonna get to that.
You're not clean
yes,
if you're
yes,
on
yes.
a M.A.T.
Right.
Okay. Well, I've come to terms with I've been on abusing drugs for enough years to know that I need something else. And I also it's just it works for me so good.
Right.
So in June, when I relapsed, I went into an inpatient. I was there for 60 days, and in the beginning, first few weeks, I was detoxing, and I said, well, one of the counselors actually talked to me, and she's like, well, you have choices.
Right.
That you have a choice to do this, and you don't have to continue to do it your whole life, or you could stay on it, or whatever. But at that point, I didn't trust myself to not go back out there and use, and I don't want that anymore, and so I take Suboxone for the M.A.T, because there's methadone and Suboxone, and I think there's a few others.
And those are both for opioids.
Opioids, yeah.
Use disorder.
Yes. So, yes, right terminology there. So, I've been taking it since June regularly, and it's amazing.
Yeah.
Like, my quality of life is completely different, and it's, you're not high from it or anything like that. Like, I'm able to function, and I don't, like, the cravings are not there.
That's what I remember.
They're not fucking there, dude. They're just, they're not there.
Yeah.
I've, since in the middle of that time, I've taken a drink twice. Mm-hmm. So those were both slips, but not opiates.
Yeah.
Opioids at all. Like, the craving is just not there, and it's like, it's crazy.
It is crazy.
It's crazy because, it's been there for so long, and to have something like that.
And that motherfucker's powerful.
Oh my god, dude. Yeah, that shit will
powerful.
Yeah. So powerful. And then, so, I have support groups too. That there's a group every month or 2 times a month
for the Suboxone.
For the Suboxone, yeah. And then there's there's like a group of, it's anywhere from like 6 to 12 people on Zoom because of COVID. Otherwise, we'd be meeting up at the wherever they meet up.
Yeah.
And it's great. So, and then also I'm in therapy. I have a psychologist. I'm in therapy.
Right.
Got a sponsor, all that stuff. And
whole fucking team.
Yeah, I got exactly.
Yeah.
I need a whole team, yeah, and support.
So it's not just like, oh, just here's the medication and you're better and you can go on about it's like a whole smorgasbord of, I don't know, treatment or a smorgasbord of support.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't know I thought you were taking Suboxone a lot longer, so you just started this June.
Yeah, I just started it in June.
Okay.
Yep. And, because I had this negative, I don't know what the right word, this negative opinion of what M.A.T looked like.
Right.
And that was based on my only experience of methadone, but it wasn't dosed, it wasn't in combination with the support and the counseling, and I wasn't in the right state of mind to really want to quit. Like, I want to not be addicted to opiates anymore, it's freaking ruined my life, man.
Right.
In a lot of ways, and just took away from a lot of the joy, and I don't know how long I'll be on it, but I'm okay with it, you know what I mean? It's something that, if you're listening out there and you need something to help you, I strongly suggest, calling up your local, like, wherever you look into it, and just have a conversation with someone and see, because it could really change your life. It's hard, and it's okay. I mean, like, I'm an addict. I admit it, and having that is also a safeguard. Because it's a blocker. And it's just that the cravings aren't there, man. It's amazing.
I don't know if we should go this. Okay, so yeah, I wanted to get to the stigma about what other people, before I go into my experience with M.A.T, but the stigma that we hear in our recovery communities regarding medically assisted treatment, aka M.A.T, and that you're not really clean, not really sober. We're also told in these rooms that everybody has their own program.
Right.
Their own version of their own program, and also at least I was told what happens between an individual and their doctor is between the individual and their doctor. And just like you were saying earlier, I've used and abused long enough to know the difference between being clean and sober and being fucked off. I'm on Suboxone right now, and I'm not fucked off.
Right.
I wouldn't say.
You're far from fucked off.
You know what I mean? And then it's kind of hypocritical too when I hear in the rooms. It kind of irks me when just people just go on about I haven't had one mind-altering substance in so long, or for this many this much period of time, and I just think about, okay, so you don't smoke, right? Because you don't smoke cigarettes, right? No nicotine.
Coffee.
Okay, coffee. Do you do?
Right.
You drink coffee? No caffeine?
Energy drinks.
Okay.
You know,
yeah, like I don't want to.
Shopping.
Right. And I'm not judging anybody for those. I'm just saying everybody has their own individual program or idea.
We need not judge one another.
Right.
And that's something I'm definitely working on a daily.
Oh, same here.
You know what I mean? Because it's hard. We all do that to a certain degree.
Oh, yeah.
It's like, I need not judge anyone.
Yeah.
What did Barbara Marley say about, you know, when you're pointing the finger, someone else is pointing it right back at you.
Right.
So,
a couple people have told me, oh, I just feel like I can talk to you because I feel like you don't judge. Yes, in my head, I'm like,
yeah.
I must not show it.
Yeah. No, but that's true. And, I've come to believe that too, you know, what's between you and your doctor. And
yep.
Everyone's recovery is so different because we're all unique.
Right.
You know, we all have, you know, and you just have to kind of figure out what works for you in your recovery. And there is a lot of support out there. You just have to, you have to really want it.
All right. So with mine, my first one, my experience with medically assisted treatment, my first time was with methadone, after abusing opioids and whatnot. And methadone's weird because it is an opioid.
Did you go dose?
I go dose.
Okay.
So I had to go to a clinic every single morning, wait in line on Market Street in San Francisco, which if you don't know it wasn't in the clean part of Market Street, let's put it like that. Yeah. So I would go get my dose, come out, and right in the alleyway there, because that's the entrance in the alleyway, right in the alleyway there is all the dealers, little Central American, what's up, papi? I got it, papi. What's up? Come on. And it was not helpful. The methadone was helpful at first. Yeah. It helped me stop and get off. Like you said with the cravings just disappeared because I was basically getting my shit from the methadone. Right. Now, I can't remember exactly right now. We're short on time, but I got off the methadone for one reason or another. And I think it was maybe to either relapse and start using it again or start Suboxone.
Okay.
And the Suboxone I started last year, and same thing, I was hesitant to start it at first because I'm just like, You want
to be clean.
I want to be clean. You guys are saying clean. I want to be clean. And then the doctors are stressing this can really help your chances and help save your life. But then there's caveats attached to it, like you have to come attend this group every week at first, every single week. You have to come to this Suboxone support group.
Makes you accountable,
or you won't right, we definitely do, but I was like so resentful at that. Like, okay, you're saying this will save my life, but you're like dangling in front of me, saying jump through this hoop to get it. I got over it. And I got over it being another it not being quote unquote sobriety. Right. Because God, what was I gonna say? I totally blanked right now. I just think it's hella funny how, I don't know about your experience, but me and other people in the recovery rooms, how like a year ago we're doing lines off toilet seats and now a doctor's telling us to take something to help us, and we're like, no, my body's a temple. I can't, I don't want to do it. It's I'm trying to be pure. Straight up. And it's like, dude, come on.
Is it vegan?
Yeah, I did.
God, right?
Picked up Coke off the street.
So that's a good it's good that you're getting that. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah,
So it's like,
it
maybe
kind of puts us in our place when you start to
a little bit like
back to
I think it goes back to just letting somebody else drive for a while. Let's just let somebody else take the steering wheel.
And everybody has their own way. Like, I don't know really what brought me to come to grips. You know, just being offered the choice. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because at first I was just like, no. When I first got in, like the first day, they were like, you know, would you like to try it? And I was like, nope.
Yeah.
Nope. And then after 7 days of drying up, and because I was quarantined, you know, during that time because of the COVID and all, I was all by myself, and so I did a lot of research, and it felt like it was just going to be the right choice, and I don't have to go around telling everybody.
That part.
Well, yeah, I mean, I'm kind of telling everybody about it now.
Yeah.
So Yeah.
But okay, so you did your homework.
Yeah, so have a conversation with me if you want to judge me about it, or you want to know. It's just
or do your research.
Not for everybody, but do your research. Yeah. If you're trying to get off of opiates, and you might need a little bit of help, and it's okay. So boom, I'm not used to asking for help.
Yeah.
That help, I mean, like I could do it all myself, and
right.
Sobriety and getting clean is a we thing. It's a we thing.
Yeah.
So
we've definitely tried the solo thing.
It don't work very good. It don't work very good at all.
Not long.
Sobriety is a we thing.
There's this. So the closest Wikipedia I could get for this topic is named HAT for heroin assisted treatment, which I guess is similar. Yeah, so it's talking about the same things. Opiate related overdoses in the U.S. kill around 70,000 people per year. Damn. I think that's understated. Probably.
I do too. When was this? Yeah.
But I thought was interesting. It says the British have had a system of heroin maintenance since the 1920s.
What?
For decades, it supplied a few hundred addicts nationwide, most of whom were doctors themselves.
Wow.
It was de-emphasized considerably during the 1960s to 1980s as a result of the U.S.-led war on drugs.
Oh, and that gets deep.
So it's like, yeah, that's a whole other show. But
yeah,
I just wanted to say that it's been around. This isn't something.
Right.
Maybe it's getting more visibility, but it's been around this theory.
I didn't know that it had been around that long.
I didn't either.
So I didn't go that far into my research. Now did I?
Yeah.
That's crazy.
I think that's cool though.
So yeah, HAT and M.A.T. Yeah, there's a little so. Maybe they've changed the way that we are using our verbiage.
Yeah.
There's less stigma to M.A.T. if we're not including heroin in the terminology, right?
Right.
Like medically assisted, that kind of takes away the stigma,
Yeah.
Even like now, it used to be just drug abuse.
Right.
If you're a drug abuser, now it's like substance
use disorder.
Which sound, and it's
right.
It's good that we change our verbiage around that stuff, because
right.
the stigma with being a drug addict is really heavy, and there's so many of us out there.
Hell yeah.
There is another way.
Right.
Look at you, man.
Yeah, I used to call myself
You're doing great.
well, not like thank you. Not like all the time, but I was starting to refer to myself as a junkie, like when I was really bad in it, and my therapist like stopped me, like, okay, so junkie is a really negative, nasty word. That I don't know how she put it, but she basically just explained that that's just another negative term to put other people down.
Right, absolutely.
So after that, I stopped with the and I was
for you, because that's bad for our self-esteem. Our subconscious doesn't know that you're just kind of joking around, but our subconscious hears that. You know what I mean? And,
right. Holds it.
It holds on.
Saves it.
Absolutely. Yeah, it's saving it for one of those,
times you want to say, fuck it.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh. All right, so just last thing to wrap up this topic, I just wanted to go over some things that M.A.T is used for. We already went for opioid dependency and opioid use disorder. There's the Suboxone, which is buprenorphine and naloxone. The Suboxone is buprenorphine and naloxone. Maybe I don't got it. It's those two together. So the buprenorphine, just from my general understanding, is another synthetic opioid.
Yeah.
And then the naloxone is the same thing that's in Narcan.
Yes.
It's the blocker.
Yeah.
So what we take, the Suboxone, we can't necessarily get high off of. It's really hard to get a buzz or high off of it because it has this chemical in there that blocks the opioid receptors from.
It's interesting, right?
Getting their fix, yeah.
Because it's
science.
It's a trip. It's very science. Yeah, it's totally like man-made.
Right.
As is methadone.
Yeah, and methadone. Methadone does not have a blocker.
No, it does not at all.
So that's just
it's a different path. Whatever works for you, though.
Absolutely.
I've seen that work for.
Thank you for saying that.
Yeah, Yeah, absolutely.
So naltrexone is a medication approved by the FDA to treat both alcohol use disorder and opioid use disorder. And I remember hearing it about alcohol.
Yeah.
They either have like a pill in pill form, or you can take a shot that's supposed to last for 30 days for
that's cool.
alcohol cravings.
Oh, wow.
Yes.
So that's excellent for a few reasons, especially if you're like dual diagnosis.
Yeah.
And you have a lot going on
right.
there. Like that would be like ideal for someone who,
two birds in one stone.
Yeah. Interesting.
I think
I didn't know that.
The only thing before is you have to be completely off of like opioids with this like Suboxone, but don't quote me on that. Please do your own research. Follow doctor's orders for sure.
Boom.
So we have medically assisted treatment for alcohol and medically assisted treatment for opioids right now. In the future, who knows what else they'll maybe have some for methamphetamines and cocaine, but that would be. But right now, it's just alcohol and opioids that they have medications to help with.
You don't have to do it alone.
Absolutely not. All right, that was our medically assisted treatment topic. When we come back from the break, we're just gonna wrap up with maybe a quick Q&A from some listeners and close out with gratitude and call it a wrap.
Woohoo!
All right. You are listening to the Mental Breakdowns podcast with myself, Zoe, along with others, as we try to break down the mental health issues of our day using our own experiences along with textbook definitions. Catch us here on whatever platform you may be using every Thursday night for new episodes. Thanks. Let's get back to the show. All right, we are back with the Mental Breakdowns podcast. Jacque just told me her daughter's cat got TikTok famous. How many views, Jacque?
Oh my gosh, my grandkid is TikTok famous. 33,300. It's
for your kitty.
Hella funny. She's so cute. Her name's Mochi. It's my grandkitty.
Oh my gosh, that's crazy.
Yeah, she's like in this little Halloween here.
Yeah, shouts out to Mochi.
Yeah, Mochi is a TikTok famous.
Oh my gosh. Okay, so Q&A from our listeners. We got a few questions sent in, but just for time's sake, we're gonna hit like one. So this question comes out from a friend in SoCal who says, I'd also be interested in hearing about sober living houses. Okay. How do they work? How do you get to live in one? How long do you get to stay? Is it free? Are they co-ed? Etc. All right, so it's a few questions.
Yeah.
But yeah. Yeah, let me take the first one and you can take the next one.
Okay, sounds good.
First one, how do they work? So, sober living houses, I think they're not really governed by government at the moment. So, anyone can create a sober living house right now, at least in the state of California.
Right.
So yeah, that's how they work. And I mean, as far as our structure, we have house meetings 3 times a week, Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Sundays, where we check in for a bit, how many days we got clean and sober, anything new happening, anything we're going through, struggling with. You don't have to talk. You can perfectly say, I'm John Doe, I have one day and I'm tired, and pass, which is fine. Or, yeah, you can choose to talk. We all have house chores, which get rotated each week, that we volunteer for. But it's mandatory.
Right, yeah, so it's like
a part of living here.
Yeah.
And that's it. I don't know what we got, like 13 people in our house right now.
We have a full house.
We have a full fucking house.
Yeah, there's a lot of us.
I've been here since November last year. I don't think I've ever seen it at 13 people, which is cool. It's fine. Most of us, though, I mean, all of us have our own things going on.
Yeah,
so
which makes it really cool because I feel like the support is like huge.
Yeah.
It's amazing to be seeing everyone making progress and doing this and really working for their sobriety. Like it's.
Right.
And this is my first SLE. Have you been in SLE before?
First SLE.
Okay, so yep.
Yeah, I think we got lucky.
Yeah, I like it. I like everyone here.
I heard horror stories before.
Oh gosh, I have too.
Yeah.
I have too. So
this
knock
wasn't
on
bad.
wood. None yet.
Sheesh.
But we're equipped for it. We've gone through a lot worse, man.
Yeah, so, I would say.
Yeah.
Okay, here, you could take the next one.
Okay.
How do you get to live in one?
Okay, so my experience with how to get to live in one was I was in a residential. I voluntarily checked myself in.
Inpatient rehab.
Yeah, and so that's an inpatient rehabilitation center.
Yes.
Can I say which one I went to?
If you want, you don't have to.
Okay, so anyway, I was out in Contra Costa County, and so they have resources in abundance to help support the recovery of individuals when they depart. So it's like you have a treatment plan.
Yes.
And you have goals into which that you will make, by eventually you graduate 60, 90 days, 30 days. Some people do.
Mm-hmm.
Anywho, they had resources for me, what's your plan? And they really advocate us in recovery once we've done and completed the inpatient to transition into the SLE, so sober living environment. So that's the thing. Inpatient, that's boom. That's the next step in your recovery. Is you don't have to do that, but I highly recommended it.
Yeah.
And when I first did my inpatient back in 2018, I thought, I got this 30 days, I'll be fine. Went right back home, failed. So for me, in my experience, so they have the resources available. There's tons of SLEs out there. You just have to
research.
Yeah, you have to do the research. Every county has a local what do they call that? The line
311.
Yeah, 311. Contra Costa County, it's 211. So
same thing with mine. The treatment that I went to for 2 months. They also put an emphasis on making sure you're set up when you leave, so you're not just thrown out there with the wolves with no plan.
Right.
So they had a bunch of SLE companies that we could do tours. They'll drive us to go do tours. And also...
I couldn't, though, because it was COVID, so it was just
you had to just roll the dice.
Yep.
You didn't even do a virtual tour on the phone? Oh,
nope.
God.
Mystery house, dude. It was the great mystery house. I was just
you got super
at first
lucky.
I was like, I'm not going to an SLE. I don't need this. And then as I got into my recovery, after I, that kept changing into, okay.
Yeah.
I'm going to do a little more.
And then also people come in without going to treatment at all. So you don't necessarily have to go to a rehab or anything. You can just come in from your parents' house or your own house or
and some people come in out of jail.
Oh, yep, forgot that one.
Which is if they're in restorative justice or something like that.
Yes.
I think that's the terminology.
We get confused a lot with halfway houses and
yeah.
I guess...
I think that's just a loose term for SLE, though, isn't it, maybe?
I think of jail system when I think of a halfway house. People on parole and shit.
Yep. And that's what they call... Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, halfway. I guess we are kind of halfway there to living on our own.
Okay, so that's a positive.
Yeah.
Halfway. But I think there's a...
I feel,
know, dude.
Yeah, I don't know. Some things come up for me when I hear halfway house. So I'm like,
me as well.
Okay, so the next one is how long do you get to stay? You can stay as long as you want. They'll be happy enough to take your money.
Right, exactly. It ain't cheap.
Yeah, it's not called a rent here. It's called a fee.
Yeah. The deposit was not bad, though.
It wasn't at all.
That was doable.
Yeah, it was a $250 non-refundable, and that's for drug test samples. Drug tests.
Yeah, because we do get tested randomly.
They provide the laundry detergent, water, electricity, Wi-Fi, fabric softener, dish soap, cleaning supplies.
Which is nice.
Yeah, it was a one-time fee of $250, and then the fee after that, monthly fee. I think there are some ways to get it not sponsorship, but
okay, so
scholarships for people to...
I got, so that was a Community Connect in Contra Costa County. I got linked up with because those sort of resources are available in the inpatient residential, when you're doing that. So they actually paid for my first month and the deposit for me to get started.
Shit.
Because dude, I almost called you girl.
You can do that too.
So, that helped a lot for me to get started. I didn't have any savings or anything. I'm coming off being fucked off.
I wish I would have known about that. Okay, so there are other resources out there that maybe can
absolutely
help you with the first month.
Yeah, I think one of they have their rules as to what your qualifications that you have to meet to be able to be provided that one time money.
And then the last one is just, well, I guess you guys can already guessed, are they co-ed? Yes.
Yeah, right.
From me and Jackie. Although I feel like I sound like a 12-year-old girl
Man,
sometimes.
I feel like I sound like a man.
So there we go.
So who's who? Yeah, you're right.
Oh no.
That's the ongoing joke. There are all women's.
Oh, thank you.
They do have all women. I don't. Yeah. And they do have all men's too, don't they?
I believe so.
Yeah. So the co-ed thing works just fine though. Everybody's cool.
I think it works for us.
We're very diverse here.
So far.
Yeah.
Knock on
that wood, boy.
All right, let's wrap up with gratitude. Thank you, friend from SoCal, for that Q&A. Appreciate you. One thing each we're grateful for. Go ahead and close this up. Start it off.
Damn it, man. Okay, their list is long.
Just uno.
Oh man, I am grateful
today.
I am grateful for the peace I have in my heart in this moment. Presently, I feel very peaceful.
That's super present of you.
Yes. You help with that, so you're amazing. Your energy's awesome. You guys gotta meet this guy. Yeah, so it's quite a wonderful human.
Okay.
He's blushing.
I'm like, buckling under pressure.
So what are you gratitude for today? What are you gratitude?
I am so gratitude for. I don't know, getting to try again.
Ooh, yes.
Like I woke up today and I got to try again. Like,
yes.
And if the day doesn't work out today, God willing, I'll get to try again tomorrow.
Yeah.
So I'm just thankful for another freaking day where I can get all my errands and shit done.
Yes.
Yeah.
Indeed. Ooh.
That was good, right?
Yeah.
Thank you guys so much. Thank you, Jackie.
Thank you for having me.
That was hella good. We got to do a part 2.
I had fun. I love talking to you.
Right on. Right back at you.
Anytime, bro. Anytime.
Got you.
Just downstairs.
Yeah, literally. Season 2 for sure.
Okay.
So we can get 2 mics in this mother.
That's right.
And if you guys want to help with that, if you haven't already, we have a GoFundMe. Just search Mental Breakdowns with a Z podcast. Excuse my phone. Okay, and let's namaste out of here.
Right.
Namaste, y'all. Have a good weekend.
Peace.
And that's a wrap. I hope you guys enjoyed that episode. We were both really proud of the work we did with that episode and just the vibes and the energy and the flow. So we hope you guys did too. Anyway, I am signing out for the night, for the weekend. I hope you guys have a great weekend. I just wanted to give some special shouts. I always fuck it up on the outro. I wanted to give some special shout outs to my Bakersfield / Early Mart, California fam, including but not limited to Jefe Ali, Jefe Yon, Jefe Tommy. I just realized I'm calling them all Jefe. Jefe Emily, Jefe Yina, and Jefe Ivan. I love you guys. I miss you guys. Thank you so much for your support through all this, and hope to see you soon. And I hope to see everyone soon next week, same time, same place, Thursday night for episode 7 of the Mental Breakdowns podcast. I'm Zoe. I'm sleep deprived. Good night and good weekend. Namaste.